Hello? So every time that I start stream, I feel like I'm like my hair color's changed. I did not mean to like, because I can't figure out how to tone it. Now I'm like, now I'm orange. No? I don't, what color is this? Peach orange? I don't know, guys. The thing is, I don't mind this. I was trying to go back to blush blonde. And that's what I want my hair to look like. I want it to be this like cool toned pink blonde. Now I'm just like orange peach, which is fine. This is fine. Is out. Hey guys, guess what? We are revamping the OTV podcast, and I am your host. Yeah, we're doing it. You can go check it out. It is where it always is. It's the OTV podcast YouTube channel. I'm doing things that fulfill me. The next thing I want to do is learn how to sew. I also really want to learn how to garden, but that will come later in my life. But I really want to learn how to sew, and also I want to get good at piano. I have a bucket list, basically, of things I want to do before I kick the bucket. You know what I mean? Like I would like to do some things, or like have these skills or learn. And on that list are those 3 things and other things. But I really want to learn how to sew, but I don't know how to do that. I'm like, do I go take a class? I'd be down to go take a class, but I also want to go learn how to ride horses. And then guess what I do? Nothing. I do nothing. You're not gonna live the life you want to live if you just sit and do nothing. It's time to go out there. Oh, Jodi's in her new era, all right? And if you're interested in supporting this new era, I got 2 new videos, okay? On my YouTube channel, Quarter Jade, I have my unboxing Pop Mart. I'm gonna go buy more Pop Marts very soon because I'm kind of addicted. I have a problem. I went on popmart.com and I screenshotted all the ones that I want. And then the next one that I just uploaded is me packing and picking my outfits for the Philippines, so you can see my thought process and my absolute mental breakdown. Honestly, I was going through it, guys. I was going through it because, okay, packing is already stressful, and then filming yourself and making content out of packing is another element to it. And usually when I'm packing, I kind of make a little like fun part of it, you know, like I put on some music and like I just try to like take things slow. But no, when you're filming it, you're sitting in silence and there's a giant light in front of you and your camera's staring at you. And I was like, it's actually some of the content that, or like, I really love filming that type of content. So if you like to watch that type of content, cheers. Cat goes meow. Think of the Prime. Did you guys hear? Pokimane says that meowing's hot. In other words, meowing is in, bitches. We're meowing all the time. You know what's really weird? Okay, well, don't make this weird. Last night, I was sitting in bed and John and I were talking and he was on his phone. And so I just, this is all ironic. Okay, I'm starting off this sentence with this is irony and humor. Okay, so I'm sitting in bed and I get up and I'm just kind of sitting down on my legs and I'm like, and I'm pawing him and I'm like, meow, meow, meow. Okay. And he's ignoring me because he's very one-track minded. If he's doing something, he's not paying attention to another thing, right? So I'm waiting for him to acknowledge me, to be like, bitch, what are you doing? But he's not. So I like a little bit longer, I'm going, meow. And then I go, hello? And he's like, what? I'm doing something. You know I can't focus on 2 things at once. I was like, you're just gonna let me cat meow in front of you and say nothing? That's weird. That makes it weirder. He's like, well, I can't pay attention to 2 things at once. Okay, like 3 hours later, Iman tweets, meowing is hot. I was like, I was a tomboy for so long because I hated being a girl. Wait, that's how I felt. I was also a tomboy for so long because I hated being a girl. I was just thinking about this. Being a woman in a male-dominated space, being a woman in general, you kind of just exist. And there's unfortunately some individuals who will completely disrespect you, objectify you. And I honestly don't even know if they're aware of it. Like, I genuinely think a lot of like the people who come to my chat, post weird photos of me, whatever, send me unsolicited dick pics. Like, I genuinely just don't even think they're conscious of it. Like, I think that they just view women as less than. They do not think that women can be humans. They do not think that women have personalities or that women are here for literally anything other than like their own enjoyment, pleasure. And that made me super depressed in the beginning, early stages of streaming. I just remember being like, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore, but I also like love streaming. I love to talk to people. I love playing games, and yet I'm basically being harassed all the time. So it's like trying to just balance that and navigate that space when you experience it as a woman growing up in general, right? I used to get catcalled when I was 13 walking to Safeway. What the or like you just, it happens, I think, as a woman. Unfortunately, that's just our reality. And then that is just exemplified, you know, on the internet. I just like my reality shifted so completely, and I went to a really like negative space of like just this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be any part of this and everything like that. But then there's the other side where, okay, like men, and then you kind of come to realize, oh my God, women. Like, I just look at all the women who were in the space doing it as well that inspired me, and I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's why representation is so important. And also, for as many creepy DMs as I get, and there is a handful, okay, do not get me wrong, the subreddits that exist, what the f, I was just talking to John about that last night. John and I just found the worst subreddit to ever exist, and we're like, Jesus Christ, and has so many members that it actually just like, it pisses me off. I can't even start about it. But then I'm like, there are so many women that are sending me love, or that are in my chat, or that understand, have similar experience, you know, that's like, it's fine. It's like, there is such, okay, in this little corner, and I just sweep it away and remember like how much support and love and positivity and impact there is over here. And I'm like, nice. There was a time, guys, that I got rated in the very early stages of, I was playing League of Legends. I probably had what, 100 viewers max at that time, okay? And this guy rated me and was basically like, hey, play a game with me. I'm like, oh, sorry, I can't play a game. Really, I didn't want to play a game with him, but I didn't know how to say that on stream and like not being mean. But I was just like, oh, sorry, I'm in a game, haha. And then all of his chat basically came into my chat and said, hey, we're gonna you, we know where you live, blah, 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 all because I didn't want to play a game with him. And then that's when I was like, whoa, this ain't for me. I don't want to do this anymore. But you actually become numb to it, or like not numb, but you just go like, yeah, that's just part of the, that's just jazz, baby, which is crazy. And that's why we thank our moderators. How did you continue after that? I remember talking to a few of my community members at the time. Like, I probably had like a really solid 10 people that you'll see in chat every occasion. They're literally the OGs. And I remember talking to them and being like, oh, like, this scares me, I don't want to do this anymore. And they're like, yeah, like, it's really hard, blah, blah. But then also, God, I can't remember the exact words, but basically we came to the sentiment of, are you gonna let terrible little grody men stop you from doing this thing you love? And I will be damned. I will be damned if I ever let a man get in the way of that. So that's kind of where I ended up, honestly. Like, I was like, oh, my ego, my pride, I don't know, my stubbornness is bigger than that. Like, I'm just like, you know? Also, the good men give me faith. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Literally, like, let me be so for real. I don't blame men for being really toxic, because they are as much part of the society as we are. But unfortunately, like the time is now to wake up type of thing. I think that there's so many women that are coming into power or stepping into places where it was a male dominated space and are showing that they are just as much as willing to be like deserving to be here, whatever. But hey, I think times are changing. I think there are also men who completely understand, and then they're coming out and saying these things, and they influence other men because men want to hear them. You know what I mean? I paint my nails that's because I like the smell of nail polish. That felt like the kid who smells glue in school. Hi, Mon. Ain't she the same one who said people who couldn't buy her overpriced cookies broke? Like, what do you want, Adrian? Did you see her comment? Did you see her response? I'm sick of this Pokemon hate train. I'm sick of it. You literally would spend one day as Pokemon and crumble under the pressure. You would never handle it with as much grace. I'm sick of it. But I am. Like, I just think also, like, dude, imagine, okay, not even, okay, we're stepping away from Poke because I'm not gonna assume, but like, imagine you being your age, okay, and going through streaming. Do you know how hard streaming is? Like, okay, streaming is not, let's not pull up the sound clip, okay? I think streaming is not the hardest job in the world, but it does have its difficulties, and its difficulties lie generally in like perception and really negative internet shit, okay? And it's like the bandwagon of people just man, everyone has an opinion, and that's hard, okay? In that regard, that's hard, because I don't think you guys know what it's like to have literally thousands upon thousands upon thousand people having like an opinion about you, and that sucks. And like, you just have to like really throw your self-love to like handle it. But like, I hate the idea that people cannot even just like make mistakes and then talk about it and claim them and be like, cool, I moved on. Because we are streaming our lives in the same way that like you make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. I really do. But I also like really trust myself to learn from them and then like, I don't know, grow. And I don't think you win. I think you guys would crumble a lot of the time.
I like.
Okay, guys, you want to play some Overwatch? You guys want to play some games?